Hello viewers, welcome back to Avante RC. In this video I'm going to be showing you and doing a review of a Tamiya VQS. So as most people will know, the Tamiya VQS was a re-release that was done in 2020, and it was a re-release of the Vanquish. It couldn't use the name because of the Aston Martin Vanquish, and so went with VQS. So as you might be able to tell with this particular example of a Vanquish or VQS, this isn't exactly standard, and I'm going to go over all of those changes and upgrades that this car has had. So to start off, many of you would have recognised that these are indeed Avante wheels. I've just put them on at the minute because I just ran the car quickly, just for a quick test, and so I put these on because they've got used rubber. Other than that, cosmetically this car is completely standard. It's got the standard box art livery, and I do have the original wheels here that I wanted to keep the tyres in sort of original condition so that I could at some point shelf the car if I ever wanted to, and yeah, I wanted to keep them looking nice and new, which they do wear down quickly, as people will know with Tamiya rubber. Apologies for any issues with camera stability, because I'm having to hold this now to just walk you around the car. So obviously, as you can tell, it's not exactly standard. It's got a full carbon custom chassis, I believe, which kind of makes it like an egress, but yeah, as I said, it's got custom chassis, which basically it's quite a bit longer than an egress. As you can see, the Vanquish and VQS goes on for quite a while, especially if you sort of see where the motor sits. There's quite a lot of the car behind the motor, as you can see there, which is not the case as much with the egress and the other Avante. So it is quite a long car, the standard Vanquish and VQS, and therefore they have to make the carbon that long as well. So it's basically two plates, basically, and as you can see, looking very nice. It's also got carbon steering, which is quite a cool thing here, as you can see. That was an upgrade that only the Black Edition Avante had, so that was the only car from factory that came with it. And yeah, that's got that part of the carbon kit. It's also got custom suspension mounts here that are in carbon, same as the front. The reason why this is all loose, you might be wondering, is because the shell doesn't actually fit through here, so I have to undo these two bolts here every time I want to take the chassis apart. This car has got an exceptional steering setup, not only because of the servo being so good, but it's also the fact of how direct it is. It's straight from here, one piece goes straight to here, and then you've got these carbon pieces here which control the steering to the wheels. So in typical British fashion, it's decided to rain even though it's been sunny all day. But yeah, as you can see, the car's looking great. You know, in terms of handling, I mean, no surprise, it handles really well. One thing I'm really surprised of over the Avante that I had before, the white and green, is how sharp the steering is. The white and green, or the standard 2011 Avante and the original Avante, and all of that family, to be honest, apart from really the Egress and the Vanquish, they have really sloppy steering, and that's because you sort of have lots of different components in the steering. It's not that direct, whereas this is super direct. As you can see, it's really twitchy, which is really good. It's super precise. It's just like the Top Force, and that's what I really love about this car and the Top Force, is out of the cars I've got, these have got the most sharp steering by far, and in fact this is probably even a little bit better than the Top Force as well. And this has got wide front tyres as well, which are not as good for the handling. But even as is, they are really good. The reason why I put these on was because this is quite good rubber. Obviously not factory Tamiya rubber. But yeah, it runs really well. Obviously, to compare it to the Top Force, it's a lot smoother, which you can, you know, imagine, because it's an Avante. I mean, that's what the Avante family are good for. They're smooth, fast in a straight line. And this is, I mean, for a silver cap, it's a quick car. You know, it's a lot faster than most four-wheel drive buggies with silver cat. I mean, I'd say this is probably as fast as a rear-wheel drive car with a silver cat, and obviously that's saying something because normally four-wheel drive cars are quite a bit slower. But yeah, it's really quick considering the setup. You know, it's almost fast enough that I wouldn't consider making it brushless, because with the 2S, this setup, it's a quick car. Looks amazing. It looks like a Formula 1 car when it's driving. Braking on this car is also really good. Yeah, I mean, this car just handles amazing. You know, like I said, you can probably tell it does look like a Formula 1 car when it's driving, and that's just because it's so flat. It really looks good. I mean, I'm guessing it does look a lot slower on camera, and again, that's because it's so composed. You know, and the steering is so precise and straight that I'm not having to really correct it all the time, and so it will look like it's easy to control. And it is easy to control. Yeah, really lovely car. So final thoughts then on my modified Tamiya VQS. Well, I'm obviously very happy with it. I'm not going to take it off-road because I don't think it's really made for that purpose, but I think for the purpose of being a track-focused four-wheel drive buggy, I think it's really, really good. You know, I think, like I said before, the Top Force was the best car I'd ever driven, and I don't think it's a good comparison yet to compare it to the Top Force, because this isn't brushless. It's a sort of different speeds, but it's definitely up there. It definitely has the potential to be better, but certainly at the moment it's definitely just as good, and so I'm really happy with it. Probably going to change the wheels and tyres. I probably will run it with an egress shell, like I said, just because it's going to fit through there, through the carbon a bit better. And I also don't want to run an original VQS shell because they are quite expensive to replace. So I'm probably going to keep this one in good condition. Thankfully I haven't crashed it yet, and I hope not to crash it with the shell. And I'll get an egress shell from Camtech, and I'll drive it with that. But I think, yeah, definitely the main standout features with this car, I think, are definitely the steering, and just how easy it is to handle, really, to be honest. You know, it's a great car, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, plenty more videos to come. Cheers.